Float like a Cadillac, sting like a Beamer. Cars come in a range of sizes. Since its inception in the mid 1900s, automobiles have consistently been one of the fastest growing commodities. One of the most crucial characteristics to be aware of while looking for the right car for you and your passengers is the safety ratings. Certain automobiles were poorly designed, resulting in accidents and overall damage. It's not always the car that causes a dangerous situation, but rather the person driving it, especially when there's a demand for speed. There's a reason why you won't see every car on the market anymore. They are frequently phased out for the best of reasons. These are the 10 most dangerous vehicles today at their best, trial and error. Ford Pinto. The Ford Pinto is a prime example of an underdesigned car rushed to market. It's maybe the most infamously unsafe American car to this day. The Pinto was produced during the 1970s in response to an influx of Japanese and European imports. Smaller automobiles, such as the Pinto, were popular at the time. It also helps that this vehicle uses less gasoline. Unfortunately, it was recalled in 1978 due to major design faults. The first was the transmission's penchant for shifting into gear without the driver's knowledge. But arguably, the most well-known issue is its proclivity to burst into flames when hit from behind. Because the vehicle's fuel tank is close to the bumper, the chances of an explosion from a strike from behind are exceedingly high. As more individuals are murdered due to the car's insufficiently protected gas tank, public awareness of car safety has grown. Chevrolet Corvair. The Chevrolet Corvair, featured in Ralph Nader's book, Unsafe at Any Speed, has a long history in the automotive world. Chevrolet designed Corvair to compete with luxury car makers such as Porsche. It stands out due to its distinctive design, including an air-cooled, rear-mounted engine. On the other hand, most drivers were unprepared for the distinct driving style required. The Corvair was dangerous because it had no anti-roll bar in the front, and the steering column could easily be forced towards the driver upon contact. The car's rear-mounted engine was also alleged to occasionally leak hazardous vapors into the interior. In addition to the dangers, the negative publicity generated by Nader led to Corvair's cancellation in 1969. Yugo GV. The Yugo GV's only possible advantage in the 1980s was its cheap price tag. The GV, which is supposed to indicate great value, was advertised as America's cheapest new car, but it came with a vehicle that matched the price. There was no unique issue with the vehicle that caused the rash of accidents. Instead, the poor design and low-quality materials made driving too risky. Drivers were likely to be gravely harmed if they were ever engaged in a crash, because the Yugo GV was not designed to withstand a frontal impact, had few safety features, and had an engine that rattled and eventually failed. A total of 126,000 Yugo GVs were recalled when their carburetor fuel failed to fulfill air pollution standards and safety issues. Ford Bronco 2. When the market demanded a compact SUV, Ford responded with the Bronco 2. This vehicle was created to both be agile and tough. Despite its popularity, it was unfortunately plagued with rollovers. With the SUV, Ford made a mistake. Its large size made navigating curving roadways dangerous. A tight turn at high speeds is thought to be directly responsible for a huge percentage of fatalities. Ford Explorer. The Ford Explorer was similar to the Bronco 2 in design, but was larger. The Explorer of the 1990s was top-heavy and constructed on a truck chassis that was never designed for medium-sized SUVs' weight and dimensions. Despite the rollover problem, Ford did not return to the drawing board, and the problem continued. Even though some modifications were made to ensure that it did not roll over regularly, the basic faults with the body design were neglected, resulting in even more chronic troubles. Aside from the faults that plagued the previous Bronco 2, low tire pressure resulted in tires losing their tread and causing collisions due to a loss of traction. Throughout the 1990s, many individuals died in these vehicles. Thankfully, Ford appears to have defied the trend 2 decades later. Pontiac Fiero. The Pontiac Fiero was a two-seater that met the needs of many car customers searching for something smaller and more efficient. This vehicle had one of the highest crash test safety scores. Despite this, it gained a notorious reputation for being dangerous. This was due to its propensity for bursting into flames without notice. Fires can start for a variety of causes. The improper wiring and cooling characteristics were the result of bad design decisions. Coolant pipes caused underfilling and oil leaks in inconvenient areas in the engine, and inaccurate information on how much oil to put in the car. This is where most of the fires start. Even though the Fiero was only sold from 1983 to 1988, it caused trouble. It resulted in 260 reports of the engine catching fire. Fortunately, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration received only 6 injury reports. DeLorean DMC-12. The Batwing doors were included in this car, which was a unique and amazing feature. This, however, rendered the vehicle exceedingly dangerous. The design aspect that made this vehicle unusual became the cause of its biggest safety hazard, according to the Brown firm. The doors became nearly impossible to open when this vehicle is engaged in an accident or is overturned. Passengers are stuck until rescued because the doors get jammed and can't be opened from the inside unless the glass is shattered. It's not uncommon for every household to have at least one car. Unfortunately, they are not always suitable for driving. Even the most well-designed automobiles might be involved in an accident. Then there's no point in even thinking about driving the poorly designed ones.